So I need something similar to the follower for the motion modifier. If I add a follower here, we can follow, select an object, and we can follow it. We can choose position, heading, pitch bank, and scaling. And we can scale it and offset it and things like that. But we cannot control this over the timeline, which is a problem in my case. The reason is that I want to apply, let's say, some kind of motion capture data to a character, animate it, and then at the end of that animation, I want to take it over and manually animate it. And usually I have some null objects that control bones because the bones are difficult to reach. So it's easier to rotate a null object that then rotates the bone. But I can't do that here because there's no way to turn this off on the timeline. I can only turn it off with the checkbox here, and that won't do anything good when I try to animate this. So I created a nodal setup to handle that. And we have object A here, which is the object we want to follow. And this is the one that actually follows the A item. The circle here is a null object that we use the heading to control the switch for this. So we have a few keyframes here, and as you can see, the right bigger cube follows the left cube. But if I go to, say, we come to frame 50 somewhere here, and I want to animate this manually now, I can't do that. If I try to change rotation, I can drag as much as I want here. Nothing will happen because it follows the other one. So I need a switch to turn that off. And that switch is the circle here. If it's on 180 degrees now, and that means that the follow function is active. If I put this back to 0 degrees, it's on the keyframe stored there now. And if I now grab this, I can rotate it manually as much as I want, and it's keyframed and everything. No problem at all. And we can go over here and we can do some more animation on it. And it no longer follows the item there. If I now go back to the start of the timeline, up to frame 30, it will follow the little box completely. You can see it completely follows it. When we reach frame 30, it no longer follows it. It follows the keyframes instead. So this allows us to animate both ways, and using null objects to control the bones and still apply load animations onto it. It's a fairly simple solution. So this is what it is. We have up here the A object is the one we follow, and the input is the object itself, of course, the big box. And then we have the switch object here. And it's really not very complicated. We use the rotation of the item we follow. We feed it into a scale object, and the scale value is a scalar value. If it's 0, there will be just a 0 vector out of this, and nothing will happen. We add these two vectors together at the end here, and if this one is 0, nothing happens. The switch controls here, and we convert the vector to a scalar, and then we divide it by pi. 180 degrees is pi in radians, so we get 0 to 1 value from there. And then we can feed that value up here to the scale, and here we can subtract 1 from that value, so basically we invert it. And we do the same thing here. We scale the other vector with the inverted value here. So up here we will get either that vector or this one, one of them will be 0. And by doing that, we either feed it the object we follow straight out to the rotation, or it feeds its own rotation value out. So by using the switch, we can choose which one we want to get out there. It's a quite simple solution, and it works well so far as I can see. Just wanted to show you that. That's all. I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.